What's up, guys? My name is Eros, this is the Redrock Realm, and it is time for another adventure here today. So, if you guys were around for our last live stream over on my Twitch channel, hopefully you were there. Make sure you're following the link down in the description to go follow my Twitch channel if you haven't already. But if you were there for our last live stream, well, I guess not our last live stream, our last Redrock live stream, then you already know about all of the changes that have been going on here. But if you were not, as you can see, we've been doing a bit of work, and I like it so far. So we have been replacing all of the roofs. Instead of the nether brick, we're replacing it with the acacia slabs. Now, I know that at the initial kind of observation, it may seem a little out of place, but you see, the thing is, true ancient Greek architecture, they actually had these kind of like copper orange-ish colored terracotta tiles that would go on the roofs, especially in the densely packed area of the center of the city. And, well, the color of the acacia slabs just kind of matches it the best as far as anything goes, really. So we've been replacing all of the roofs, reshaping them a little bit, so it's a little bit more true to history and proper architecture and everything. And so far, I really like it. I hope that you guys do as well, because we are going to be continuing this trend today. So we've got this building here, which honestly, it barely even is a building at this point, but this one contains our melon and pumpkin, and, well, this side doesn't really contain anything. So, my goal today is not only to finish building this building and replacing the roof, but I also want to get a farm put into this building once it's done. So, first things first, we need to make sure that we have the materials for this, which means lots of smooth sandstone. Now, I've been trying to keep some on hand. Hopefully we have some on hand. But let's see. Hopefully I at least already have some smelted up. We've got... Let's see, that's regular sandstone. There's some smooth sandstone. That's some regular sandstone. That's just plain sand. That's not really going to do us much good. Alright, well, we don't have a lot down here, but let's see what we have up in our storage upstairs here. We should at least have some, right? Let's see, sand, more sand, some more sand. Well, we have more sand. There's a little bit more sand. And, oh, look at that, we have more sand as well. So, yeah, we got sand, but, not really sandstone. That doesn't really help us a whole lot. So, let's see, if we take all of this sand and turn it into sandstone, how much is it going to give us? About 2.5 stacks. That's not terrible, technically. It's not really great, but it's not terrible. So let's go ahead and take the sandstone. Let's get it smelting up and turning smooth here. We can take that one and that one as well. We may as well turn that into sandstone too. And... Nope, where's... I thought that was sand. Oh no, that was smooth sandstone already. Okay. Do we have fuel in here? We don't. That's unfortunate. Okay, so let's put the sandstone, 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 and sandstone. And now we need fuel. And that's actually what I want to put over here. So we don't really have a good fuel source. Now, I could do bamboo, which is all well and good, but it takes a lot of bamboo to actually fuel things. So while I don't mind collecting up some bamboo just to have it on hand, which is what we could probably put in a smaller section of the building, in the bigger one, I actually want to start farming kelp. Because kelp, we can smelt down, turn into fuel, so on and so forth. And I think that's going to be the best bet. So I suppose what we can actually do first is let's go ahead and let's put in the kelp farm. We have a nice stretch of wall here that we can use pretty easily for it. And as long as we make use of the vertical space, we should be pretty good. So let's see. We're going to need plenty of redstone. So I'm going to go ahead and get the materials and everything collected, and we'll go from there. Alright, so what I'm thinking is going to be probably best for this is if we were to, let's see, let's give ourselves space here, and then we need, obviously, the wall here to place things against. There we go. So let's put pistons here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 of them we can fit into here. That seems pretty good to me. And then, of course, we'll fill that in. So the kelp will go here, and then we'll need a wall here, and then this will be where, essentially, the collection will go. Because the way that we'll probably end up doing it is if we put, like, a stair or something here and waterlog it, and then we can also waterlog the pistons, then basically we can create infinite water sources here directly above the sugarcane, not sugarcane, don't know why I keep calling it that, directly above the kelp, so that way each time it gets broken, then the water sources will get automatically replaced, and the kelp can continue to grow uninhibited. So if we've got the kelp here, and then we got this part here, then basically we just need to figure out how high we want it to go, I suppose. Because I know that they have an upper limit, and realistically, we probably won't try to reach that upper limit, because that's just not going to be very useful, I suppose. Or at least not very realistic, because the likelihood of every piece of kelp reaching the highest point is just not very realistic. Let's see, so if we put that there, that is facing the wrong direction. So we need to put it here. Ha ha ha. Okay. And I dropped it. It's a good thing I have more. So we'll put it there. So it'll detect when the kelp gets all the way to the top. It'll then send a signal that we will carry downwards from there. What is going to be a good way to activate this? An observer, of course. I was like, wait a second. I know exactly how to detect this. I know exactly how to observe the observer. You see what I did there? Do you see what I did there? That's made a joke. Made a redstone observer joke. That's what I did there. Let's see. So if we were to go diagonally like this. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. all right. Let's see. I'm kind of doing this as we go along here, just because that's what I'm doing. I suppose we could make a lot more of these and just have them go all the way down. It would cause a little bit of a delay, but I suppose it would be efficient to just go straight up and down, right? We have the resources. Let's go ahead and do it, because it's going to be the most efficient way to do this. It's going to be the cleanest way to do it, at least. Then we've got the rest of the observers. We're going to take those, point them in to here. One more. There we go. All right. Yeah, this should work. This should definitely work. And then, ideally these should be like sticky pistons, actually, now that I think about it. Actually, no, we can do this. Right? Hold on. I'm suddenly realizing that I may have not thought about this correctly once again, which is, I mean, pretty par for the course, I'm not going to lie. It also probably doesn't help the fact that it is currently 11 o'clock at night that I'm, trying to record this, so sleepy brain doesn't think so well. I suppose we could just go for all observers, technically speaking, because then we don't have to worry about the water being exposed to it. Or it exposed to the water, rather. So if we were to do that, then let's see, we would need basically, 30, 45, about a stack of observers, roughly. I mean, that's probably an overestimate. Yeah, I mean, we have the resources for it. I suppose we can go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and grab even more observers, because if it makes this really, really compact, then I suppose it's kind of worth it. Thankfully, with piglin bartering and, piglin bartering, we can get plenty of quartz for relatively cheap. I know that Callie is actually selling some. That's where I got most of this that I have. So it's really not that hard to come by. And with our recent mining that we did, we've got plenty of other resources as well. So, all right, let's grab that. That should give us all of the observers that we need. 32, total of 52 of them so far. That really should be more than enough for what I'm picturing in my head. Keyword, should be, but, We'll see. Alright, let's try this again now. Third time's a charm, you know, as they say, and all that, so on and so forth. So then really all we gotta do is just do like a chain of these like this. Nope, not like that. Come here. There we go. Okay. Like that. And then go like this. And then each time this updates, it should just, you know, just update. So we need 1, 2, 1, 2. And then what we could do is we could actually put a... Oh, no, because if we do another one, this one's not going to go 2 directions. So we really can only have one, like, updater up there, huh? That's okay. Honestly, like, it's not going to hurt us to just have the one. So let's see. So there's that. That basically should do it. So, like, if we were to... Let's just test this to make sure every one of these fires, and, you know, proof of concept. Let's see. Can I reach that? Yeah, there we go. That works. And then rather than them all firing at once, with them firing kind of in succession, is that a word? Succession? With them firing in order like that, it hopefully won't cause too much lag, or at least not too many spikes of lag. So yeah, then every time the kelp grows up that tall, then it just fires, basically. So we just need to fill in this spot, put in the kelp, and then the wall of glass. And yeah, this should actually be pretty simple. Alright, so now that we have the majority of the growing chamber all built and everything, which is looking pretty good so far, I gotta say. Let's see, we need to put in basically the stopper here that will stop the water from overflowing. And I think the easiest thing that we can do for this is probably to just put buttons on it, I think. That'll probably stop the water from overflowing and traveling too far. Let's see, do I have the materials on me for buttons? I have enough materials for some buttons, but not quite enough. Let's see. I mean, it's easy enough to grab. It's not like it'll take us long. So let's go ahead and grab that. And then the next thing we need to do is we just need to fill in all of the water. And then I think we just have to plant the kelp. And then once we have that done, it's just about setting up the collection system. So let's see. Let's go ahead and grab these buttons and these buttons because it's what I have available. And we'll throw those buttons in to go along with it. And is that going to give us enough buttons? 16. I think that's enough for how many we have, right? Maybe not. Let me just to be safe. Grab that and that. There we go. There we go. That'll definitely be enough. Okay. And I've already got some water, so that way we can start filling it in, which is great. Okay. Yeah, so now all we need to do is we need to put the buttons in place, so that way the water doesn't overflow over the top. And then we just have to fill in all of the water. And that should be a pretty simple and straightforward process, honestly. I think I'm going to try it. I believe what I can do is place the water at the top and then use bone meal on sugarcane, and it should turn into water sources. But they've changed that so many times over, back and forth, I'm not entirely certain if it still works that way or not. So we'll try it, and if not, it's really not that tough to just kind of do it with water buckets. Sorry, I was having a moment of, like, the equivalent of walking and chewing gum at the same time while placing buttons. It didn't quite work out how I intended it to. Let's see, so if I put that there, and that one there, does that make a water source here? No. But it does fill all of this in. Okay, so let's see. If I go grab some kelp and some bone meal, then let's see if planting it and bone mealing it will turn that all into water sources. Because if so, that'll make this a lot easier to get all filled in with water. Let's see, do I even have kelp? I do. Just a little bit. It's plenty. Let's see. What can I get out of the inventory so it's not taking up space? I definitely don't need the leads. And I definitely don't need the ender pearl either. Yeah, that's good for now. Let's see. Let's go ahead and grab... We'll grab these bone blocks. I think that'll be more than enough bone meal for what we're trying to do right now. Then we'll head on back over here. So the one thing I do like about our base here is that it's not too big. Like, it's good sized, but it's not so big that it's a real pain to travel from one part of it to another. Plus, I mean, you know, elytras and rockets, but still. Alright, so let's do this. If we put that there, and then grab this. Can I do that all the way to the top? I can, and it turns it into a water source. Okay, so can I do that with, like, this one? What about that one? Not this one, but... there we go. That's how I can do it. Okay. So this will work. So this will be even easier than I was originally anticipating it to be. Oh yeah, this is great. Cool, okay. And do. And then this will actually be a good proof of concept as well, because when we get over to this one and it triggers all of it, theoretically the kelp should grow to the... Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Theoretically the kelp should flow to the top, not grow, flow. And if it does, then it should just flow up and over the edge, which would be perfect. It'll make the rest of this a lot simpler. We just need to do that. And... let's see, let's go ahead and... why is this not... there we go. And that, okay. And let's see, put that there. Come up here. It should work. It definitely should work. Alright, so let's go ahead and get all of these planted. And do. Why is that not... hello? Excuse me. Hello. Is that what I needed to do? Why are you not... oh, that's weird. I didn't think they would stop growing at that height. That seemed a lot shorter than I was expecting it to. Weird. Okay. And do. Alright, so this will be somewhat of a moment of truth here. Because when we grow this one up further... and not quite. Let's see, let's just borrow that water right there. We put it here. Do. And just about everything flows up to the top. Not quite everything. Oh yeah, nope, there it goes. Wait, no, hold on. Is everything flowing? Cool, yeah, everything's flowing. It took a second there, but eventually, yeah, everything floated right to the top and went over the edge. Cool, so that works. Now, if I have a button here and I press it, it doesn't trigger it. Now, the reason I was checking this is because if for some reason this one kelp right here decides not to grow all the way, I kind of need an alternative way of triggering this system here. Now, it doesn't have to be super complicated. It could probably be as simple as me just coming up here and I don't really know. If I do that, does that work? Not quite. Okay. I'm sure I'll figure something out as I go along. I realized that as I was growing, or as I was filling all of this in, that not every single one of these always grows all the way to the top. But I suppose we can probably cross that bridge when we come to it if necessary. But for now, let's go ahead and finish getting this all filled in. Now we're making some progress. So we've got all of the water in there. We've got all of the kelp placed. You can tell that it is growing pretty quickly, which is great, of course, for kelp. And yeah, I've tested it a couple of times. It definitely harvests everything right. Everything looks great. You'll notice I added a redstone lamp in there. And from the outside, there's going to be a little button here. So basically, if we notice that this one particular piece of kelp decides that it doesn't want to grow, then what we can do is we can just run around here to the backside, press the button, it will trigger the lamp, which will trigger all of the harvesting. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And then everything just flows on up to the top, and there we go. So, yep, that is all working great now. I love it. And I also added in the iron bars here, so that way everything lines up right where it should be, because this is where all of the hoppers are going to go. So that's the next thing that we need to do. Now, I realized that we can take this a step further. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run all of the hoppers all along here, and in fact, I might just put them along the top, and I'm going to have them go into a little kind of mini super smelter here. And what that is then going to do is that is going to be fed by a mini bamboo farm over here. So since we can automatically grow and harvest bamboo, we can use that to automatically fuel some furnaces to smelt down the kelp, and then we can basically just have all of the dried kelp go into our storage system. And then from there, it's, easy fuel. So that is nice, easy to do. So that is what we are going to do next. I just need to get all of the collection into place, and then the mini super smelter, and we'll be looking pretty good. And now we have our bamboo farm. Now, it's not the most efficient thing. It's not going to produce the most. Hopefully it's enough for this, though, because this kelp's actually growing a lot quicker than I expected. But I'd imagine this should work fine, I think. But basically, it's really simple concept. It's essentially the exact same concept as the kelp farm. So this grows all the way up. And one more. Triggers it. Everything breaks, gets pushed forward. Pretty much everything should land where the hoppers can pick it up. So now we just need to run some hoppers along here. Now, I know that this is not, like, the cleanest, most organized, or most efficient way to do this. I understand that. I know, I really do. It works, that's what I'm going for. I'm going for something simple and original, and it works. So, there is that. That should collect everything. Should push it along here into a dropper. And now, I just need to put in the little automated dropper system. That's the word. So let's see. So I need a comparator. I believe I have... Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I've got a couple of them in here, because I'm going to need one for this dropper system, and then I will need one for the output from this, but that's, that's a second. That's not yet. Okay, so there is that. So if there's stuff in there... nope, I need to move this out a little bit, I think. No, I don't want to use sandstone. I'll use dirt, because it's, down here. Okay, so that's going to pull the signal from there. And then I think... Do I have repeaters? I should have repeaters, right? I've got one repeater. Okay, that's fine. I can work with that for now. And then... It's going to do that. Then these... And then I need more redstone. And then that's going to go doot, doot, doot. Yeah, there we go. And it should be as simple as that, I believe, actually. So then as soon as items go in, yeah, there we go. So that is that. And then I can just put a nice, simple floor in here that will cover everything over, because that'll basically be in a wall here. So if I put this like so, oh, then you're still gonna see it though. That is not quite how I was wanting that to go. Huh. That's fine. It can just be shaped a little strange. I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. Do you? I don't. Okay. So there's that. It will automatically smelt everything up. I might have to give it a little bit of a buffer to start with. Just a little bit. Yeah, so it basically should be as simple as that. And then if I really want to... No, that's not going to... we'll see how it goes. We'll see if once it gets through kind of the backlog, I'll fuel it up a bit, and once it gets through the backlog, hopefully this can keep up. Maybe. We might have to redo this at some point, but for now, it works, I think. Possibly. Okay, so now I just need to basically have the output go into our super smelter, and then that should do it. So let me go ahead and get that done, and then I think we'll probably call it a day. Well, I was able to get a little bit of it built up at least, but I very quickly ran out of sandstone. So unfortunately, actually building the building is gonna have to hold off until I can get some more. And in fact, I think that that is what we are going to work on tomorrow's live stream. So, if you want to be there for that, make sure you follow the link in the description, head on over to my Twitch channel, and follow me there so you don't miss out. We are getting very close to affiliate status, so if you haven't followed me yet over there, please go do it. We're getting so close, guys, and I'm so excited for it. So, that does mean, however, that for today, we are going to call it a day. We got, honestly, quite a lot done. A lot more than I expected us to do today. So we've got our kelp farm now, which is looking great. We've got our bamboo farm, which is fueling it. And I did redesign this slightly. I don't know why I didn't think about this before, but now we've got 7 different bamboo growing, and they all harvest reliably and everything, and it's wonderful. So we are slowly cooking all of the kelp. Admittedly, the kelp is growing faster than the bamboo, so we might have to consider an alternative. I'm not entirely sure yet, but we'll see. We'll play around with it. But, like I said, for today, we are going to call it here, guys. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like on the video, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our adventures yet to come, and make sure you share the video with somebody else so they can enjoy it too. And until next time, peace and love, everybody. Bye-bye.